Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise, get you those core insights from your sources nice and fast. So today we're diving into something that, well, might feel a bit awkward for some people. This question of using artificial intelligence AI to learn English. Is it, a genuinely helpful tool, or are we maybe deep down just kind of using it to cheat, to avoid the hard yards? And if that's the case, how do we deal with that guilty feeling?
Yeah, that guilt thing, it's really common, isn't it? This worry that if the AI is doing all the, the heavy lifting, then maybe you're not really learning properly, or you're just going to get lazy, rely on it too much. But what's really interesting in the sources, especially listening to language experts, is they're pretty clear. AI itself, not the problem. It really boils down to how you decide to use it.
Okay, so it's about the approach, not the tech itself.
Exactly. They use this analogy, like a calculator. If you just use it to skip learning math, probably not helpful. But if you use it to check your work, or reinforce what you've learned, or, handle the tricky sums so you can focus on the actual problem solving, then suddenly it's a really powerful assistant. So our mission for this deep dive is really to unpack how AI can properly support your English learning, how it can make things maybe a bit more accessible, less stressful, and more effective if you use it the right way.
Right. So it's about using AI as like a partner in learning, not just a shortcut. So what's the first sort of tangible way the sources say AI can actually help make learning English less intimidating and more tailored to you?
Well, it kicks off right at the beginning, really. Setting up a personalized study plan. AI is kind of a game changer here. It can generate daily plans that fit your schedule, your specific goals, maybe even how you're feeling that day. Like, there was an example in the sources. Sarah works full-time. She used something like ChatGPT to make this short, really low-stress daily plan focused just on speaking practice. It helped her weave English into things she was already doing.
Okay, like fitting it into the gap.
Exactly. Listening to podcasts while getting ready, maybe repeating phrases on her commute, even just like talking to herself a bit in the evening. It's not about suddenly finding hours you don't have. It's more about making the time you do have work better for you, optimizing it.
That's a really key point, optimizing, not just adding more stuff to do. And the sources even mentioned creating lazy routines. Tell us about those.
Yeah. AI can help you design these super manageable, 10-minute daily things focused on pronunciation, getting more natural flow, things they called lazy shadowing, just sort of mimicking speech without super intense concentration, or mirror talk.
Mirror talk.
Yeah, practicing expressions, talking to your reflection, helps build fluency, or even something called bedtime whisper, like a quiet little pronunciation focus just before you nod off.
That sounds incredibly flexible. And I guess it scales up too, right? Beyond just those little 10-minute bursts.
Oh, definitely. That's what's really cool, how adaptable it is. It can map out bigger plans, say a 30-day challenge to really nail a weakness. Maybe you hate speaking in public, or there's some grammar point that just won't stick. And it adapts to what you like, too. If you find grammar drills boring, and let's face it, who doesn't sometimes? Right. But maybe you love cooking. AI can literally design a grammar plan that uses recipes. It just meets you wherever you are. And honestly, if you're someone whose brain just freezes at the thought of another worksheet, the idea of learning grammar through recipes, that's kind of brilliant. It's like tricking yourself into learning.
Sneaky learning. I like it. Okay, so planning is sorted. Moving on, vocabulary is huge for everyone. How does AI help here beyond just, looking up a word? What's the deeper value?
Well, the interesting thing is its ability to understand your context. It's not just spitting out definitions. It can look at how you actually talk or write and spot gaps you might not even be aware of.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like suggesting maybe more precise synonyms you hadn't thought of, or even words that are common in specific situations you face. Maybe you've got a big meeting coming up at work. It's way more targeted than just grabbing a dictionary. It gives you real examples, checks your spelling, even pronunciation tips based on, your specific common mistakes, perhaps.
That sounds incredibly practical.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of practical writing skills, they're vital. And this is where that cheating worry often comes roaring back, doesn't it? But the sources seem pretty firm. AI is your editor, not your ghostwriter. So how do we actually use it to improve writing without just letting it do all the work?
That's such a critical question. And the core advice from the sources is, you always write first. Get your draft down, your ideas out, then bring in the AI. Ask it to correct things, sure, but crucially, ask it to explain the mistakes. And it goes beyond just fixing one sentence. It can spot
Patterns, like recurring error.
Exactly. Maybe you always misuse a certain tense or your prepositions are a bit shaky. AI can highlight that pattern, explain the underlying rule you might be missing. It's like having an editor who not only fixes things, but then says, okay, let's work on the specific issue. It can even generate little exercises like fill in the blanks or sentence scrambles, specifically targeting your bad habits. It can suggest topics if you're blocked, help you polish paragraphs. It turns correction into actual learning.
That makes a huge difference, yeah. Turning passive correction into active practice. Okay, another area where AI seems like a natural fit, especially for maybe shyer learners, is speaking and pronunciation practice. There's no judgment from a machine.
Precisely. That's a massive advantage. You can practice speaking whenever, wherever. No fear of looking silly or making mistakes in front of someone. AI can be that tireless conversation partner. It checks your pronunciation, points out where you could improve, helps you get word stress right. You can even do role plays.
Like real life situations.
Yeah, practice that job interview, ordering a coffee, whatever makes you nervous. It builds so much confidence for when you do step into those conversations with actual people.
That really is a game changer, eliminating that fear factor. It makes you think how much practice people miss out on just because they're self-conscious. Okay, so we've got planning, vocabulary, writing, speaking confidence. But there's often that one big mountain left to climb for learners: grammar. How does AI tackle grammar, which is, let's be honest, often the least fun part? Can it actually make grammar less painful?
This is where that adaptability really shines again. AI can explain really complex rules in super simple ways, like explain it like you're 10 years old. Simple. And it gives loads of examples. If you don't quite get it, ask it again. Ask it to simplify more. Ask for examples about, I don't know, food or the weather, whatever you're interested in. It can even make up silly little stories to help you remember tricky rules.
Right, so it keeps trying different angles until one works for you.
Exactly. It adapts to your learning style, your pace. It keeps going until the explanation clicks for you. Doesn't matter how many tries it takes.
So it's pretty clear AI can be this incredibly powerful tool, making English learning way more efficient, definitely more personalized, helps you use your time better. It really is like a supportive companion in the process. I like that analogy from the sources. AI is like your gym trainer.
Yeah.
It guides you, gives you the exercises. But you still have to be the one lifting the weights, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that lifting the weights part is, well, it's essential when you think about actually learning a language. AI gives you amazing practice, great explanations, no doubt, but real fluency, as the sources highlight, that kind of clicks in real conversations, the messy ones, with the mistakes, the awkward pauses, all of it.
The human element.
Yeah, so it's really important to pair up your AI practice with getting out there in the real world. Maybe join a conversation club, watch some YouTube vlogs, even just, talking to yourself in the mirror still counts. Consistency is key. And actually using English in your day-to-day life, that's where it really sticks.
Okay, so here's something to chew on then. If AI is great for that judgment-free practice, building your confidence, how can you use that strategically? Use it to get brave enough to jump into those real messy conversations. How can you let AI be the bridge that gets you to those moments where fluency actually happens, mistakes and all? Think about that, how AI can help you embrace the messiness where the real learning clicks.